Welcome to Reflect with Ed Fassio. Get ready to experience one of the world's first 100% digitally generated podcasts, where we take a step back, dive deep, and strive to learn new things. Join us as we unpack thought-provoking ideas, personal reflections, and inspiring stories to help you stay in the know. Reflect is brought to you by the minds at ByteBrain and powered by emerging technologies from Google, HeyGen, OpenAI, and 11 Labs. Thanks for tuning in. Now, relax and prepare to reflect.
Welcome to Reflect, one of the world's first 100% AI-generated podcasts. You know how in Star Trek they just beam people up, like teleporting? That's still pure science fiction.
Yeah.
But guess what? Scientists are actually teleporting information.
It's true.
And it's already wilder than you probably think.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing stuff.
So,
We're not talking about beaming up Captain Kirk here.
okay.
Quantum teleportation is about transferring the quantum state of a particle,
Okay.
its most basic
I
properties,
see.
from one place to another
Mm.
without it physically traveling the distance.
Okay, I need a visual for this.
Okay, so imagine two coins, but they're magically linked,
Okay.
no matter how far apart they are.
Mm-hmm.
If you flip one and it lands on heads, the
Yeah.
other one will always land on heads too.
Mm.
That's kind of like entanglement, this
Uh-huh.
spooky connection that makes quantum teleportation possible.
So it's like they're instantly communicating with each other.
Exactly. And we've got some seriously cool sources for this deep dive.
Okay.
Everything from simple explanations like our coin analogy,
Right.
all the way to cutting-edge research papers.
Okay.
We're going to unpack how this works,
Uh-huh.
what scientists are already doing with it, and what it could mean for you before you know it.
Okay. I'm officially intrigued.
Right.
So how the heck does this actually work?
Yeah.
Walk me through it.
Let's go back to those magic coins.
Okay.
Say you want to send information about your coin to a friend far away.
Hmm.
Instead of shipping the actual coin,
Right.
you use entanglement.
Right.
You flip yours,
Right.
and let's say it lands on tails.
Okay.
Because of the entanglement,
Mm.
you instantly know your friend's coin also landed on tails.
Oh.
Then you just tell your friend over the phone or internet
Right.
that yours landed on tails.
Yeah.
And bam, now they know exactly what state their coin is in without it ever traveling to them.
Wait. So it's like the information about the coin state was teleported.
Boom. You got it.
Wow.
It's important to remember, though,
Yeah.
this doesn't happen faster than the speed of light.
Right.
You still need that regular communication, the phone call,
Yeah.
to complete the process.
Mm.
But the entanglement is what makes it possible to transfer that information without the actual particle moving an inch.
Okay, so that's cool. But what's got you really excited about all this?
Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because one of our sources talks about scientists teleporting information using regular internet cables.
Wait, seriously?
Believe that?
No way.
Yeah.
So this isn't some far-off sci-fi fantasy.
Right.
It's happening now using the stuff we all have in our homes.
That's the beauty of it. This could be a total game changer for how quickly we can integrate this tech into everyday life.
Wow.
It might mean we don't need to build totally new
Wow.
quantum networks.
Right.
We can just piggyback on what we already have.
That's wild. And hold up. Wasn't there something about teleporting to space?
Oh, yeah, that was huge. Scientists actually teleported information from the ground all the way up to a satellite, China's Meisha satellite.
Oh, wow.
It's a big deal.
Okay.
Because it shows we could have a global quantum internet one day
Right.
with instant and secure information sharing across insane distances.
Hold on. Did you say instant?
I did.
Didn't we say nothing can go faster than light?
Good catch.
Okay.
I got a little carried away there.
Okay.
The entanglement makes it seem instant, but we still need that regular communication to actually send the information,
Yeah.
and that's limited by the speed of light.
Okay.
Think of it this way. With entanglement, the information is essentially pre-shared,
Uh-huh.
creating possibilities that twist your brain into a pretzel.
My brain is definitely feeling a bit pretzely right now. But speaking of mind-bending stuff,
Yeah.
there's something else in these sources that blew my mind. Quantum energy teleportation.
Oh.
It sounds like something straight out of a Marvel movie.
It's seriously sci-fi sounding, right? It's like this, imagine transferring energy from one point to another without anything physically carrying it.
Okay.
No wires, no beams, just pure energy teleporting.
Okay, how the hell is that even possible?
Right.
Are we talking about siphoning energy from another dimension or something?
Not quite,
Okay.
though it is pretty freaky. It all comes down to something called quantum vacuum fluctuations.
What?
Basically, even in completely empty space,
Uh-huh.
there's a teeny tiny bit of energy popping in and out of existence all the time.
Wait, so we're talking about tapping into the energy of empty space itself.
That's insane.
That's the crazy part.
Wow.
And get this, they've already done it.
No way.
In 2023, a team of scientists actually teleported energy across super tiny distances using superconducting quantum computers.
Okay, now I'm really lost.
Yeah.
But it sounds like we're talking about potentially limitless clean energy, right? The potential is absolutely mind-boggling.
Wow.
Think about wirelessly transmitting power to anything, anywhere, with zero loss. Spaceships, electric cars, your phone.
Right.
The possibilities are endless.
Okay, before my head explodes, let's focus on something a bit more down to earth.
Okay.
What about quantum computers?
Yeah.
They keep popping up in the news.
Right.
How does quantum teleportation fit into that whole world?
It's a crucial piece of the puzzle. Quantum computers are incredibly powerful.
Right.
But they're also super sensitive to errors.
Yeah.
That's where teleportation comes in.
Oh.
Scientists are working on ways to use it to protect quantum information during calculations, kind of like error-proofing the process.
So it's like giving the information a bodyguard to protect it from getting corrupted.
You got it.
Oh.
One promising approach is something called logical code space teleportation.
What?
It sounds complicated as hell,
Okay.
but the basic idea is to teleport the information into a safe space.
So it's kind of quantum vault where it's less likely to get messed up.
A quantum vault. I like that.
Yeah.
It sounds way less intimidating than logical code space teleportation.
Right.
So all of this is happening now. It feels like we're on the verge of something huge.
Oh, we're definitely on the edge of something big.
Wow.
Quantum teleportation is already changing the game, and it's only going to get wilder from here.
That's crazy.
Who knows what other crazy breakthroughs are just around the corner?
My head is spinning.
Yeah.
But in a good way. This has been an incredible deep dive already.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling we're just getting started.
We're just scratching the surface.
Okay.
There's so much more to explore.
Right.
From the ethical implications to the truly mind-bending future possibilities.
Well, I'm definitely buckled up and ready for more. We'll be right back after a quick break to delve even deeper into the world of quantum teleportation. Sounds good. Welcome back to Reflect. Before we took that quick pause, we were diving headfirst into the wild world of quantum teleportation, from the basic science to the incredible breakthroughs happening right now.
And you mentioned we're just scratching the surface.
Oh, yeah.
So let's get into some of the bigger picture stuff.
Okay.
What are the ethical implications of all this? Are there risks we need to be thinking about?
Oh, absolutely. It wouldn't be a responsible deep dive without considering the potential downsides.
Right.
One of the biggies is privacy.
Okay.
If we can teleport information, does that mean it's vulnerable to hackers or spying in ways we haven't even thought of yet?
That's a damn good question.
Yeah.
Right now we encrypt our data, but even the toughest encryption can be cracked with enough computing power.
Right.
But if the information itself isn't traveling through physical channels, how the hell do you even intercept it?
That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Quantum teleportation relies on that spooky entanglement link.
Right.
And one of the fundamental laws of quantum mechanics is that any attempt to observe or measure a quantum system changes it.
Oh?
So theoretically, any attempt to snoop on a quantum teleportation would immediately be detected.
So it's like it has an unbreakable alarm system.
It's kind of like that, yeah. It offers a level of security that just isn't possible with our current ways of doing things.
Wow.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
There are always going to be brilliant minds out there trying to find ways to exploit any system.
Right.
It's a constant back and forth, like a high-stakes game of chess between those building security measures and those trying to break them.
It sounds like a cybersecurity nerd's dream come true.
Yeah.
Or their worst nightmare, depending on which side they're playing for.
Exactly.
But security isn't the only thing to consider, right?
Yeah.
What about access to this technology?
You hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
Who's going to control this stuff? Will it be available to everyone? Or will it end up widening the gap between the haves and the have-nots? We've seen it happen time and time again with new technologies.
Yeah.
Those with more resources often reap the benefits first, while others get left behind.
Ugh, yeah, that's a pattern we really need to break.
Yeah.
This tech has the potential to be so revolutionary, we need to make damn sure it benefits everyone, not just a select few.
Totally.
Okay, so we've got privacy, security, and access to worry about. What other ethical dilemmas might pop up?
Well, there's always the wild card of unintended consequences.
Okay.
We just don't know what unforeseen impacts this could have on society.
Yeah.
It's a bit like opening Pandora's box. Once it's out there, we can't stuff it back in.
Okay, now you're making me nervous.
Yeah.
Any specific examples that keep you up at night?
It's hard to say for sure,
Okay.
but take that quantum energy teleportation idea.
Right.
If we figure that out, it could solve so many of our energy problems.
Yeah.
Clean energy everywhere.
Yeah.
But what happens to the existing energy industries? What about the potential for weaponizing it? We have to be smart about this stuff.
Damn, that's a sobering thought.
Yeah.
That's like that old saying, with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly. We need to be having these conversations now,
Right.
before this technology is everywhere. We need to think through the risks and benefits and figure out some ethical guidelines and regulations to make sure it's used for good.
Oh, okay. Enough doom and gloom for now.
Okay.
Let's talk about the good stuff. We already touched on quantum computing and energy transfer. What other areas could this revolutionize?
Well, communication is a big one.
Okay.
Imagine a world where communication is truly instant and unhackable, thanks to quantum teleportation.
Right.
Think about what that could do for global financial markets or even just personal relationships.
No more lag on video calls.
Exactly.
Sign me up. But seriously,
Yeah.
the possibilities are huge.
They are.
What about scientific research?
Exactly. Imagine scientists all over the world collaborating in real time, sharing data and insights instantly.
Right.
It would be like having a giant global brain working together to solve humanity's biggest problems.
Okay, that's a pretty beautiful image.
Yeah.
And hold up, could we even use this to communicate beyond Earth?
Now that's a truly mind-blowing thought.
Okay.
Imagine sending messages to distant stars
Wow.
and getting a response in real time. Interstellar communication.
Okay, now you're just messing with me, right? I'm talking to aliens.
A guy can dream.
Right.
But seriously, even if it's just communicating with spacecraft, exploring our own solar system,
Okay.
the possibilities are amazing.
Yeah.
It would be like Star Trek, but for real this
I'm
time.
getting chills just thinking about it.
I know, it's crazy.
Okay, so we've got communication, computing, energy, space exploration. Is there anything this stuff can't do?
Well, one area that's particularly exciting is medicine. Imagine teleporting drugs or therapies directly to specific cells in the body with pinpoint accuracy.
Right.
It could revolutionize the way we treat diseases, minimizing side effects and maximizing effectiveness.
Wait, seriously? So instead of flooding your whole body with medication,
Right.
you could target just the cells that need it.
That's the idea.
Wow.
It would be like having a microscopic surgeon delivering treatment with incredible precision. It could be a game changer for everything from cancer to Alzheimer's.
Okay, color me officially impressed.
Yeah.
But even with all these amazing possibilities, we can't forget the responsibility that comes with it, right?
You said it. We need to have open and honest conversations about the benefits and risks of quantum teleportation.
Right.
We need ethicists, policymakers, and everyday people like you and me at the table shaping how this technology is used.
Couldn't agree more. So before we move on,
Yeah.
what's the one thing you want our listeners to remember from all this?
This isn't science fiction anymore, people. Quantum teleportation is real. It's happening now.
Right.
And it has the power to change everything. But with great power comes great responsibility. So we need to be thoughtful and careful as we move forward.
Well said. We're going to take another quick pause, but when we come back, we're going to dive even deeper into the current research, the challenges scientists are facing, and the mind-blowing breakthroughs on the horizon.
Sounds good.
If you haven't checked out Reflect yet, you're seriously missing out. This podcast is built entirely by AI, and it's packed with super cool, cutting-edge topics that are changing the game. You can stream Reflect on all the major platforms or hit up reflectpodcast.com for the latest drops. And if you've got a story or a business that deserves a shout-out, reach out. They're always down to feature fresh new ideas.
And we're back for the final stretch of our quantum teleportation deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground, from the mind-bending science to the crazy potential applications.
It's been a wild ride, hasn't it? But like we've been saying, there's still a lot of work to be done before we're all beaming ourselves up like Scotty.
So let's get down to brass tacks. What are the biggest challenges scientists are facing right now in turning all this potential into reality?
Well, one of the biggest headaches is that damn fragility of quantum information.
Okay.
It's so easily messed up by noise and interference from the environment. It's like trying to build a sandcastle on a windy beach.
Okay, so how are researchers trying to keep those sandcastles from getting blown away?
They're developing some seriously impressive quantum error correction codes. Think of it like this: these are algorithms designed to spot and fix those little errors that inevitably creep in during quantum computations or teleportations.
So it's like having a super-powered spell checker for quantum information, constantly catching and correcting those tiny mistakes.
Exactly. And just like the spell checkers have gotten smarter over the years, so have these quantum error correction codes, scientists are making huge strides in developing more efficient and reliable codes that can handle increasingly complex quantum systems.
Okay, that's reassuring. But what about the distance challenge? We've talked about beaming information up to satellites, but what about truly long-distance teleportation, like across continents or even to other planets?
Ah, now you're talking about the Holy Grail, and let me tell you, it's a tough nut to crack.
Okay.
That entanglement link, as amazing as it is incredibly sensitive to distance.
Yeah.
The farther apart the particles are,
The harder it is to keep them connected. It's like trying to have a phone conversation with someone on the moon. The signal gets weaker and weaker the farther away you get.
So how the heck do we overcome that? Are we talking about building giant antennas in space or something?
That might be a bit extreme. But scientists are working on some clever solutions.
Okay.
One really promising avenue is something called quantum repeaters. Imagine them like relay stations for quantum information.
Okay.
Instead of trying to maintain entanglement over one super long distance, you break it up into shorter segments,
Okay.
using these repeaters to boost and refresh the signal along the way.
So it's like having pit stops for the entangled particles to recharge and reconnect before continuing their journey.
You got it. It's still a very complex and experimental technology, but it has the potential to seriously extend the reach of quantum communication and teleportation.
Speaking of exciting new tech, you mentioned something earlier called logical code space teleportation.
It sounded like a total game changer.
It is.
Can you break that down for us? It
Bruce.
sounds pretty intimidating.
I know the name is a mouthful, but trust me, the concept is super cool.
Okay.
Remember how we talked about quantum information being vulnerable to errors?
Right.
Well, what if instead of teleporting the actual physical particles,
Right.
we teleported them into a special protected space
Okay.
where they're shielded from all that nasty interference?
So it's like sending the information to a super secure bunker where it can chill out and avoid getting corrupted.
Exactly. Think of it like a quantum safe box for your most valuable information. And the early results are crazy promising. Scientists have already shown they can teleport information into these protected spaces.
Wow.
And the error rates plummet.
Okay. That sounds like a huge step towards making quantum computing and communication actually work in the real world.
Absolutely. And it's just one example of the incredible innovation happening in this field. There's so much energy and excitement among researchers. It really feels like we're on the cusp of a whole new era.
It's seriously inspiring. But before we wrap up, let's indulge in a little bit of sci-fi daydreaming, shall we? We've talked about the potential of quantum teleportation in communication, computing, medicine, even space travel.
Right.
But what about the really far out stuff? What crazy possibilities might be lurking in the future?
Now you're talking my language.
Okay.
We're going full-on science fiction here.
Right.
But who knows what might be possible someday, right?
Hit me with it.
Well, one idea that's been floating around is the teleportation of macroscopic objects. Right now, we're talking about teleporting quantum states, which are teeny tiny. But what if we could scale this technology up to teleport bigger things?
Wait, are we talking about teleporting a person from one place to another, like Star Trek-style beaming?
You got it. Now, most scientists would say that's pure fantasy.
Okay.
And they're probably right.
Right.
But then again, a few decades ago, the idea of teleporting even a single atom seemed ridiculous.
Right.
So never say never.
So you're saying there's a chance. Okay, what else?
Another mind-blowing possibility is the teleportation of consciousness or memories.
What?
What if we could transfer our thoughts or experiences directly to another person or even to a machine?
Whoa, now we're getting into some seriously deep philosophical waters.
Right.
Would that even be you anymore? or just a copy of your consciousness?
Those are questions that philosophers have been wrestling with for centuries.
Yeah.
And we're a long way from having the answers.
Right.
But the very fact that we can even ask these questions shows just how profoundly quantum teleportation could change our understanding of reality itself.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
Yeah, me too.
It's incredible how this technology blurs the lines between science fiction and reality.
It truly is. And that's what makes this field so damn exciting.
Uh-huh.
It's a journey into the unknown. And who knows what incredible discoveries are waiting for us out there.
Well, on that note of cosmic wonder, I think it's time to bring this incredible deep dive to a close. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the nuts and bolts of how quantum teleportation works to the mind-blowing implications for the future.
It's been a blast sharing this journey with you.
And I hope our listeners are walking away with a sense of awe and maybe even a little bit of healthy fear at the sheer power of this technology. It's a reminder that the future is full of possibilities, and we're only just beginning to explore what's possible.
Couldn't have said it better myself. If there's one thing I want our listeners to take away from this, it's this. The universe is a strange and wondrous place, and we're constantly discovering new things that challenge our understanding of what's real.
Right.
Quantum teleportation is a perfect example of that.
Well said. And for all of you out there who are now obsessed with quantum teleportation and want to learn more, be sure to check out our website, reflectpodcast.com. We've got tons of resources, articles, and links to help you dive deeper into this amazing world.
Thanks for listening to the Reflect Podcast, where we're telling the future. Are you in it? Visit reflectpodcast.com and share your story.
In the cyber ocean of online voices and recycled content, something different has arrived. Reflect isn't just another podcast, it's the future of storytelling, powered entirely by AI. From curating data to assembling thought-provoking ideas, we've redefined how journeys are told. Reflect is a podcast that thinks, learns, and evolves with each episode. Every tale, every insight, crafted by the most advanced AI technologies. A podcast that disrupts the industry, breaking free from traditional formats, taking you on an entirely new experience. So tune in now and reflect. We're telling the future.